Right. Good morning, good morning, good evening, guys. My name is James McDonald. Welcome to the Wednesday night live stream. And this is where you want to be if you want to live a better life. Okay. If you want to create more harmony in your life, if you want to create more ease, more flow, right? You hear about flow and all those sorts of things and being in the moment and being in the zone. There's a beautiful, the truth of that is when we are in the flow, beautiful things happen, right? Coincidences happen. You meet specific people. A beautiful day today, and you have these beautiful interactions, right? But how do we tap into that? And not only that, but how do we self heal? How do we self actualize? How do we live a life that's worth living? Yeah, because it is worth living. And you deserve to live a beautiful life because you are a brilliant being. Okay, so I'll just introduce myself for those that are new watching here, and we'll get into the self love meditation very soon. And it's more than meditation. I tap into beyond quantum. I go into I literally and we'll get into it. I'll share who I am and why you should be listening. Okay, so I've been in the personal development industry for over a decade now, right? I've worked with big names like Tony Robbins. I used to work for the guy. I've invested well over $50,000 plus into, well above that. And I was always looking for what made us tick, what made humans successful, uh, and what didn't. Why do some people like blue? Why do people like red? Why, all these things. So at a very young age, read countless books, self-taught. I got into business very early, very naive, but again, failed forward. And I created amazing, I learned a hell of a lot of successes, but I was still kind of chasing my tail, right? So I ended up getting into more esoteric teachings, more breath work, more yoga style teachings, more spirits and, angel cards and that side of things. So I went very businessy, visualization, goal setting, manifestation, all that sort of stuff. And then I went into your breath work, right? The energetic body and spirit guides and angel cards and all that sort of stuff. But in both spectrums, I still was trying to figure out. I still was struggling, right? I had amazing successes. I've traveled the world. I can speak Spanish. I've acquired some really cool skills, and again worked for a pretty big name in the industry. And I was still yo-yoing. Okay, and it was only until I met a teacher of mine. His name is Masati, and I really dived into what he dubbed exponential intelligence. Okay, and now what I've dubbed timeless intelligence, your timeless intelligence, our timeless intelligence. And it was only until I really worked on myself through this form, and it's not really a modality or anything, but it's about coming into time. That's when things just really made sense to me. Okay, I was no longer chasing my tail. I was no longer, trying to be this grandiose person. I just honestly, I'd found myself after again, a good 5, 6, 7 years of diving into a range of things. And since then, I've been able one. I've been the everyone just wants to be happy, right? So just taking a breath in. This is going to be an experiential talk, right? Not only am I going to be chatting, but we're going to be diving into frequencies, pure frequencies, to help you transform your life. So if you could comment in, guys, just to make sure that you guys can hear me okay. I've got the mic in. Hopefully it's all good. Let me know if you can hear me. And if you've got this far, a like on the video goes a long way as well. So getting back into it, I'm not sure where I left off, but this is more than just a meditation, okay? Over the past 5 years, I've cultivated these abilities where I can see beyond, if you want to call it, the veil. Yeah, I can see into anyone, living or dead, you guys listening right now, say the coding behind what makes your life the way it is, the patterns. the good, the bad, and the ugly. Okay, what might make someone successful? What might make someone have, say, troublesome relationships? Okay, no one needs to tell me anything, and I can just see it. Not only that, but as I see, say, algorithms behind an individual, uh, I'm able to, say, generate a frequency that helps pull the individual and pull you guys into time. Okay, so let's take a step back. Any challenge that you experience in your life, it is a result of being out of time, right? Or say you're running a pattern due to being out of time, out of sync. Okay, to keep it simple, when you are in time, you are a brilliant being. So by being in time, you're actually living from that place. So you start to experience joy, abundance. Your negative emotions start to actually work for you, right? Anger is used to propel you forward versus destroy yourself. Jealousy is used to show you your potential, right? What you could have, what is available to you, yeah, versus again cycling you downwards. Okay, so that's a big topic. I'm not going to get into it, but that is what we do in these sessions. Okay, yes, it's a meditation, but it goes way beyond meditation, guys. And for those that have experienced it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And for whatever reason, I can't see any chat. So if there is a chat, then let's go live chat. There we go. Anyway, so that's what we do. And again, you can check out the testimonials on my webpage. Many clients transforming their family dynamics, their health, their sense of self, becoming more whole, enjoying life more, getting their time back whilst performing and producing the same amount in their businesses and work. So all those sorts of things. So that's why you should be here, right? If you want all of that, and if you want to be your best, then this is the fastest way to do it, right? Moving through timeless principles, which is exactly what we talk about and what we move into every Wednesday, okay? And then there are more programs if you want to dive further into it. So we'll get into that next thing, a quick announcement, and then we'll dive straight into self-love, right? We'll talk about it, and then we'll dive into a guided session. After that as well, we will, I'll do some scans if my chat's working. I might just have a look at my phone and see how that is going. I'll turn down the volume so there's no sound is good. Okay, cool. So now I'm seeing one little comment. Just want to make sure the comments are working, and then we'll continue on. Oh, here we go. Yep, I'm live. Cool. Okay, cool. There's only one comment. Okay, that's okay. That's hilarious. Cool. All right. So, cool. Comments are all working. Hey, Vanessa. Hey, guys. Maybe there's a little bit of a lag. I'm not too sure. So quick announcement. If you are in Teresa, hey. If you are here in Sydney, then you could be anywhere in the world, but next week on the Thursday, I'm hosting in-person events. Okay, I'm hosting in-person sessions for 6 people. Okay, and this is again where I help you shift your life for the better at a very deep level. So you can check out the testimonials. I'll link the page to it. Guys, have a read of it if you're around, and then we'll get on to the next. But again, a really, really potent time for those individuals that want to, say, resolve challenges that they may be experiencing, whether it's anxiety, stress, anything like that. And if you want to chat about it, send me an email and I can confirm some things for you. So, self-love, all right? Self-love, hey, what is it all about? We hear about it all the time. And let's get into, self-love. Let's get into a meditation. Let's do a self-love meditation. Okay? Let's do a self-love meditation session. I shouldn't say meditation because it really isn't. Hey, Scott. And, self-love, or say nurturing, right? Nurturing yourself, probably prefer the word nurturing. And again, I say this every week, but it really is that simple, guys, even though it's quite profound when you do it correctly, is it's about being in time. It's about being here. It's about synchronizing your timeless self with your time-bound self. Okay, and it goes beyond presence. Okay, no offense to the beautiful individuals in the world, but I've met people that are present and they are still operating, say, distorted patterns. Okay, so it's not about being present. It's about, say, your time function. Like, are you in time? And not clock time, are you on time? It's more of like a molecule. It's more of an element. To me, it's like the first element in the periodic table, right? Like hydrogen and helium. Anyway, so it's literally like a compound that creates this physical density. Okay, believe it or not. And just taking a breath in as we slowly get into it. So noticing where you are. You might hear sounds on my side, and that's okay. Noticing sounds on your side. As we move into the session, the timeless session, and I like doing these live because I get to, again, scan the group. Yes, it's a self-love session, but I get to scan the group to see what we need, and I'll adjust the session according to what we need as a group, in alignment with, say, love, self-love, nurturing, nourishment of self. So taking that breath in, noticing the room that you're in, either with your eyes open or closed, it's up to you. And noticing what you can hear. Noticing what you can smell. What you can taste and touch. Noticing the temperature of the room on your skin. And as a reminder, you are a creating machine. Everything that you experience in your life, pretty much, you are creating, whether you like it or not. It's a set of patterns that are operating in the background very similar to AI. So as you take that breath in, and I'll explain a few things and then we'll get into it even deeper. Noticing your sternum. Imagine you've got, say, ChatGPT, right? But on the back end of that AI, you have a set of code. And that set of code says, no matter what question is asked, let's be pessimistic about the question in our response. Well, let's look at the pitfalls of the question, the concerns, okay, the challenges. So no matter what question you type in, that AI is going to look at all the challenges, look at all of, say, the limitations around that question. Right? And just because it's simple and easy to measure, let's say, hey, ChatGPT, I want to, start a photography business, taking portraits of people. This is my budget. What should I do? Right? Obviously, you go more into detail with it all, but just for sake of time. And ChatGPT goes, okay, through the lens of, seeing things as challenging, hard, difficult, being pessimistic about things, let's produce an answer. Right? So let's taking another breath in, noticing again your sternum, spatial referencing for those that are familiar. Just have a think what answer might come out of that with those settings. Noticing what's supporting you, the form, the chair, whatever it might be. And all you need to do during this session is notice. We're not trying to change anything. If you don't like what you're seeing or feeling, don't run away from it. Don't try and change it. Simply observe. It's coming up for a reason. And that's what true self-love is about. It's not about running away from your problems like some of you do, from what I'm seeing. Not all of you, but some. So, got to get away, got to nurture myself, and then you come back to the problem. And you give it another go. Whereas true self-love, or from a timeless perspective, self-love is defining yourself so much that you are aware of how you're creating the problem and you observe the problem from a grander perspective so that you can then step away from it the right way and say completing it, say a cycle, versus looking away and then coming back to it. You look at it, you expand, you see that there are grander possibilities for yourself, and you adjust accordingly the right way. As you take another breath in through the nose, you don't need to get this and understand this for it to help, for it to work. All you need to do is notice your feet, bone structure of your feet, your shins, your knees, your calves. You do that on the front end, right? You do your part, and I will do my part on the back end. Can you scroll through the website? And I'll work on the code behind the website. To help you one, see where your settings might not be in alignment. And we'll do that for now, and we'll see if we can get to the next phase. But for now, taking that breath in, noticing your knees on down to your feet. Noticing your breath, asking yourself this question: how can I connect to my timeless intelligence even more? How can I live from my purest source even more? As you notice what's supporting you, the chair, for example, you notice the chair, and then you notice you sitting on the chair. Noticing your hips now, groin area, pelvis, hips, on down to your feet. Again, noticing how you might be feeling, if you have any images coming up, whatever it might be, as you notice your hips on down, noticing the bone structure of your thighs, knees, shins, ankles, feet. Because for quite a few of you, some of you might be feeling a little unsure. Okay? It's all good. Just notice it. Some of you feeling divine, quite joyful, blissful, calm. Noticing your breath. Noticing your hips, bone structure of your pelvis. There we go. Noticing your arms, shoulders, collarbone, arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, hands, fingertips, all the way back up to the front of your neck. where the collarbone is. As I help you, for quite a few of you anyway, love yourself. And by loving it yourself, you see yourself. Again, warts and all. Not running away, not trying to cover up your weaknesses, but exposing your weaknesses. As you take a breath in through the nose, so you have an opportunity to work on those weaknesses. So they become strengths. It's just like an elite athlete. Any great in the sporting world, at least the ones that I've followed in the past, this is what I used to say to individuals when I was training quite significantly, was I want to get beaten. I want to be exposed. Because by getting beaten in the right way, not a brutal way, but the right way, it exposes where I need to work on my game. The same goes for life. You want to see weaknesses so that you can then go to work on them. Most people don't want to look at their weaknesses because they beat themselves up about it. Maybe you do. As you take a breath in, noticing your spine now from your pelvis to your neck. So I'll say that again. Most people don't want to see their weaknesses fully because they beat themselves up about it at a deeper level. And for a lot of people, maybe, again, there could be some differences. But if beating yourself up doesn't work, if it spirals you down, then it's not efficient. So, in the true nature of self-love, or nurturing self, You expand as you see your weaknesses. Yeah, oh wow, I really don't know my shit. Let's go to work on it. Let's follow the breadcrumbs towards self-mastery. It's more natural than most of society. And this could be weaknesses within, say, relationship dynamics. Maybe you get pushed around. You allow yourself to get pushed around. Or say you're running a pattern, I should say, that leads to that. Maybe it's a health challenge that you have. So as you take another breath in, noticing your spine, each vertebrae. What if you could create a little separation between you and your weaknesses? So you still notice them, you see where they are, you see how you create them, while simultaneously moving in a direction or expanding into a direction where you can access solutions for those challenges, those weaknesses. So taking that breath in again, noticing your shoulders, collarbone, spine, your entire bone structure now. Again, arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, your ribs, sternum, spine, pelvis, thigh bones, kneecaps, shins, feet, skull, jawline. It's what self-love's about, or at least uh, a part of, say, moving towards pure nourishment, pure self-love. There's no judgment behind it either, right? It is what it is. So, oh, I'm overweight. Damn. All right, cool. Okay. It's just calling it what it is, noticing it. And on the back end, I'll support you at a frequency level or a timeless level to help you adjust accordingly, which you already know how to do. You already know the best, say, direction for you to go. I'm just helping you activate that, helping you access that within yourself. And for some of you, it might not feel very good initially, because again, you're seeing your weaknesses. So if you're judgmental, critical of self, just notice that, right? Notice that you're critical of yourself. Notice that you might bury yourself. Okay, it's not me, I'm not burying you. I'm just helping you awaken to those patterns that live deep within you. And some of you are waking up to that pattern and say recoding, rewiring yourself, which is fantastic. And then some of you, again, more advanced individuals that have gone through the process and are going through the process continuously, right? Through programs of mine and sessions, you're reaping the benefits. You're starting to, say, experience what it means to evolve gracefully, to self-heal gracefully, or the proper way, not just covering something up at a surface level. So taking another breath in, noticing your entire bone structure. And expanding on out into your skin. So noticing where your skin ends, your body, right, ends, and your environment begins. That point of difference. To keep it simple, you could notice, oh, my clothes are there, my t-shirt is here, and then my skin is there. That point of difference between your external environment and you. Just stay here in silence. This isn't something you can figure out mentally. It's not a mental thing. It's not even an energetic thing. It's still living in the physical plane. We're moving into the beyond quantum. And talking to your essence or your spirit, if you want to call it that deeper version of you that's timeless. So if you're confused or you're trying to mentalize it, Yeah, yeah, you're not going to like figure it out mentally. You go through the process and then it makes sense to you afterwards. So just sit back and relax. And again, notice if you are trying to mentalize it. Okay. Taking that breath in, noticing what you can hear around you. What you can smell, taste, touch. And then for those that are ready, if you want, I highly recommend just staying in this space. You can open up your eyes, looking at something unmoving. Yeah. It might not be all of you, but it does seem as if there are just a few people that, again, trying to say, uh, yeah, yeah, just notice that you might be in your head. Let's just put it that way. And then give it a few days and then listen to this again. Okay? And then as you listen to it, give yourself permission to just let it be, right? Let it just bathe over you. And you don't need to say, understand it. For some of you that are quite new to this, regardless of the workshops and how much you've read in a book or how many YouTube videos you've watched, okay, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how many books you've read. Doesn't matter. I mean, it helps. I'll take that back. It really helps. Specific, say, principles and themes. Like, The Power of Now, really amazing book. Really fantastic book. A lot of like principles. Yeah, that'd be a great one. The Four Agreements, also another good one. Good one. But he has more of a mental knowledge. And so when you combine the timeless aspect of who you are with the physical element of saying that physical knowledge, head knowledge, and you can combine it with your deeper intelligence, it's a very potent mix. But the physical element, it only equates for like 2-3% of who you are. Right? Again, we're more timeless. We're more like almost nothing. If you look down at an atom, a quantum atom, there's more nothing, there's more space than there is physical matter. So what does that tell you? Yeah. When you meet someone, you might not know who they are, but they might have a good vibe about them. Or they might have a weird vibe about them. Or you might walk into a room, a house, a home, or if you've ever been on ghost tours, or like, for some of you, you might walk into a home and know and feel frequencies, or say, dead people, right, in that home. Or it might feel nice. So again, what is that? Yeah, where does that vibe come from? Right? Why are some people just lucky? Why do some people have to fight for their worth? Why does, things come easy for others, whilst, again, for other individuals, they've got to work their arse off just to be recognized a little bit? It's signals that we are literally sending out, frequencies that you are creating your life with. So whatever signal you're sending out, the people around you, they have to respond to it. It's that strong. So if you're operating a pattern of push me around, abuse me, you might go into a workforce that it's fantastic, right? It really is. You might have a manager that's a really nice individual. But because you're generating that frequency of, hey, abuse me, guess what? That good person, or whoever it is, eventually will start abusing you. Because your pattern's dictated, just like the AI. So in this session, there's quite different groups, but it was, say, helping you notice those patterns, those algorithms, that code, right? Your weaknesses. So again, just let this simmer, let this wash over you. Give it a few days, and then re-listen to this again. Yeah. Okay. So if you got this far and you enjoyed it, give the video a like. Goes a long way. For those that want to dive further into it, okay, the Timeless Foundations program we've already kicked off. I mean, yeah, you could probably join tonight, right, and be there for tomorrow morning. It's on my webpage, which is in the description of this video, in the store segment. Or if you want in-person sessions on next Thursday, the 21st. Next Thursday, 7:30 to 9 p.m. for 6 people only in Maroubra. So again, you can click the link in the comments, have a read of that. Yeah, and we'll see if we have a nice intimate group. Yeah, and again, it's limited to 6 people because I'm specifically working on. So how it'll run will. It's like a hot seat style setting, similar to this, but in person, where we'll drop into a deep state meditation, and then to help settle people, and then one by one, I'll work on the individuals. You might have a challenge that you want to bring up with me, any questions about, again, anything that you're experiencing, and people come to me like health problems, health challenges. I've had a lot of mums come to me with, say, challenges with their infants and their newborns and their kids. Again, and your kid doesn't need to be there, right? And even beyond that, the most important thing really is becoming really solid because then your kids feed off you, right? They reference you. So, as you work on yourself and you become a very solid, say, human, your kids go, well, shit, that's how I do it, right? At a very deep level, and they start to transform. So the best way to support your kids is actually by working on you. And then, but in like acute situations, and again, I'm not here to say I can cure anything or I'm a doctor or anything like that. All I help you do is help you wake up to your innate intelligence. That's all I help you do. You just wake up to how brilliant you are at a deeper level. So the people that bathe with it and stay with it, you really unlock that. People come to me for like stress, even like wealth opportunities as well, things like that. So we'll spend like 20 minutes, right, together in that hot seat. Things naturally come up as well, so I'll work on those as well simultaneously. And the cool thing is that if someone is operating a similar pattern to you, and you're waiting, and you're in that meditative state, just chilling out, the frequencies that I'm supporting the individual with in the hot seat will be supportive of you, right? As we're all learning together, and you're all again shifting things, and it creates a lot of momentum as well. A lot of momentum. Groups kind of normally come together for a reason, so it's really quite powerful. And if you're relatively new, I would. It might be a little bit late now, but I would really look into the online program. Okay, it is stupid how affordable it is. Like, it's just ridiculous. It really is. like the amount that you invest for what you get, it's crazy. It's wild. So I would look into that. There'll be dates for January, okay, that I'll be uploading within the next couple of weeks, so you can prepare for it. Again, Timeless Foundations, or for those that want to go really deep into it, Rapid Evolution. It's an evolution program. Very potent, very efficient, very powerful. So January, keep an eye out for that. I highly recommend it. For anyone that's digging this stuff, yeah, pencil it in, get involved, for sure. All right, guys. Any questions? Any scans? Anyone want like a brief scan? I'll just do like a couple of quick scans, and then we'll call it an evening. This won't be like full Monty scans, but again, more general readings. There does seem to be a bit of a lag as well, so bear with me. So, and just keep in mind that if you ask to be scanned, like, hey, just say, hey, James, can you scan me? Just know that this is a public forum, so whatever I read, anyone can search this, right? Anyone can view this, so just be mindful of that. So if you don't want things to be shared publicly, then don't ask to be scanned. Vanessa Shaw, is that a sure to yes? You would like an update? Is that what you're... Is that what the Sure is for? Just to confirm? You'd like a scan? Yes, please. Okay, amazing. So do you want to just take a breath in, sweetie? You're doing really good. Just like straight off the bat, like I'm like, oh yeah, that's sweet. So what's happening for you, darling, is you're really familiar with your old patterns, basically. So like you used to like be so in your mind, right? Like you used to just it was like all mind, strategy, mentalize things, need to like figure things, you need, you know, your ducks in a row, like you need everything planned out, right? Very heady. So now what's happening for you is, and if you want to just take a breath in, noticing your pelvis. And this would be a good session to listen to again for you as well, Vanessa. But now what's happening is you, and especially over the past few years, you're now really like understanding, right, at a very deep level, a very different perspective, not just a mental perspective, but you're actually like feeling it now, what it means to be in your body, or in time, right, where you're starting to access more of your abilities, right, where it doesn't destroy you. It's not actually like, because in the past it would kind of like whack you. I see you have like quite nice abilities, but yeah, it would like take you out. Whereas now, because again, you were just doing it the wrong way. But now you're like, oh, I can create, right? I can say, be a creator from this new place that is more nourishing for you. Yeah, does that kind of make sense? So it's an amazing place to be. Because you're like, oh, that's meant, and like you're now going, oh, that's fucked up. Don't need that. That's really not good. Yeah, damn. So like you're really starting to, at a very deep level, again, not a mental level, but like you're really starting to see those signals that you're being created in your life with. So that's why it might be a little intense for you. Um, you know, you might not. Yeah. So um, yeah. So you're doing great, and you might feel a little numb to things. Okay, which again, from what I'm seeing, is actually quite a good thing for you, because in the past you would have lost yourself in the emotion. You would have like wound yourself up in the emotion, whereas now it's like, okay, cool, I see the pattern there, I'm here. So things might go down, uh, you know, dramatic type events, or like old events that might be, say, dramatic for you, and you might think or feel that you're like numb to it, but you're just, say, creating separation from the pattern and you. So it's really good. Okay. But some people might say, don't you feel, or like, what? Like, why are you so detached to this? And it's like, well, because you are detached from it. You are literally detached. You're starting to detach yourself from patterns. Okay. So you would, yeah. So does that make sense? Does that sound about right? So yeah, really nice job. Yeah, awesome. No worries. I will take one more and then I will call it an evening. Yeah, for sure, Paula. Paula. Yes, spot on. Okay, awesome. Paula. Which Paula am I talking to, by the way? Because there's quite a few. I always get mixed up. So I just want to make sure that I'm chatting with the right Paula. Is it Paula Hurley? What was your last name, Paula? Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, Paula, for you, darling, take a breath in. Yeah. You're like, I can't remember if I scanned you the other day as well, but you're like floating around. Like I see you and it's like, you're just like floating around yourself. So it's probably why you're feeling like you're not getting anywhere. So just taking a breath in. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, does that make sense? It's like for you, Paula, you do really well in like that timeless space. Yeah. But it's actually combining the time bound and the timeless. So if I was you, I would like lift weights. I'd go to the gym. Yeah. I think we even spoke about this. I'm pretty sure we even. I think verbatim. I'm pretty sure I even said the exact same thing a few weeks ago, actually. I think. Yeah. So I'd probably book in like a session, if you can, because then we could go deeper into it, and actually I could just like pull you in. Yeah. So, or I'd do the foundations, timeless foundations. Yeah. I'd probably, either or. I would do either or. But just taking another breath in, sweetheart. I'll help you. I'll just do a little bit whilst I'm here. There we go. But for you, sweetheart, it's really about like, it's really about harnessing that skill yourself, right? It's really about like taking responsibility of it. And I mean, you're showing up, right? You're showing up on the court. It's absolutely amazing. So maybe it just seems as if there's like a little bit of, fine tuning for you. But it's you want to, and even after this session, right? And let me know how you're feeling in the comments. It just feels as if you're like kind of slowing down a little bit, which is great. All right, so we're just like spinning around the room. It's like starting to slow down, which is cool. So for you, and I mean for everyone, right? For a lot of people, you want to ask yourself after a session, it's like, damn, how did I do that? And it's like, oh, okay, like I had this session with James. How did I do it? Right, because I'm just helping you. I'm just a coach, guys. I'm not the one on the court. You guys are the ones on the court. You guys are the ones that are actually doing the thing. I'm just showing you. Yeah, absolutely. Like I'm bathing you and I'm opening up those opportunities, and very profound things happen. Very like, for very profound, deep things happen. But again, I'm just showing you. Say, I'm just literally just showing you a pathway that you can take. And then you guys take the pathway. You guys walk the line. Yeah. So to not give your power away to anyone, especially me, you want to ask yourself, okay, well, damn, during that session, I wonder how I did that, and then just let it be. You don't need to figure it out again mentally. It's for your deeper. And this is why I would, the reason why I've been able to get to where I am, right? I am very happy with my life. It kind of actually makes me emotional. Like the family dynamics that I have, it truly is beautiful, guys. Like it's, maybe with one member, it's not as beautiful as it could be. But for most of, most of my family dynamics, it's fucking beautiful, guys. It really is beautiful. I'm currently building out a van. I'm getting involved with my hands. I'm learning new skills. I'm on tools. I'll be traveling around Australia. At least that is. We'll see what happens. I get to host. I have these amazing abilities that I can support you guys with and make an income from as well. There's an abundance of opportunity around me, and and honestly, for me, it feels like I'm just scraping the surface. Yeah, there's more to come. There's more to say. Show up. Yeah, love has been a big one. Like relationships has been a big one that I've shied away from in the past, over the past couple of years, but that's now starting to shift quite a lot, and I'm having these lovely interactions with women, and from a very whole place, because I'm learning about myself again through those interactions and things like that, and the world around me. And it really is, it's I don't know how else to say it. It's just lovely, guys. It's really cool. So, but the only reason why I am where I am and where I'm going, right, where I continue to go and how I'm continuing to expand, is because one, from the get-go, I asked myself that question. When I was working with my teacher, I was like, damn, how can I do this on my own? I wonder how I can do this on my own. And then I got to work. Like, I haven't skipped a beat. Yeah, I've had breaks, but I haven't skipped a beat since 2019. Like I've gone through my things and I've had intense moments for sure, but I've had my moments of doubts, but I've always got pulled back into myself, and I just dove right in. And I'm not saying you have to dive right in. And when I say dive right in, really doing the timeless foundations consistently. Yeah. And then getting into the rapid evolution program consistently. There's when it's right for you and when it feels good for you, and it's like, you know what, yeah, sweet, then really trust that and go for it. And again, like me, and the reason why I say that is you got to trust yourself. You got to tune into what you're drawn into, right? It's so even though I'm making suggestions, it's your call. It's always got to be your call. But for me, it took me 2 years to finally commit to myself. Yeah, because this stuff didn't really make sense. One, even though it made sense, like I remember. It's like, damn, this just feels right. Yeah, I get it. But at the same time, my mental mind wanted to take me elsewhere. So it took me 2.5 years to finally bite the bullet and go, okay, fine, all right. let's just commit to this, commit to myself. And, my life is totally different. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy, guys. Like, totally different. And it's only going to get better. It really is. So I share that because it's available for all of you. And some of you are already experiencing it. Some of you are well and truly in it. And it's beautiful. So I just want that for you guys. Because then we all get to harmonize and we all get to live our best lives. The way we were always meant to. Always. We just got it beaten out of us by society and humanity's attempt at figuring it out, which is all good, right? We've tried to figure it out, but we haven't done the best. So, but now we've got a great opportunity in front of us. Yes, can't get moving. Scary almost. Yes. Yeah. So, yeah. But hopefully that helps, Paula. But yeah, I'd book in a session, okay? All right, guys. I'm going to leave it there. Went a little overtime, but we'll call it a night. Have a beautiful day. Notice what you notice. Notice what you notice. Notice those details, and keep going with the flow, but with intent. If that makes sense. And I'll see everyone either next Wednesday, or I'll see some of you on Thursday in person, and I'll see everyone on the Foundations program tomorrow morning for day 4, which is exciting. All right, guys, much love, and I will see you soon. Peace.